totally surprised by the amount of waste gathered here at the Koligono Beach, which is near the estuary. You can find everything here from plastic waste, medicine, sachet rubbers, shoes. Yeah, I can see a shoe right here, and old clothes. They are all heaped on the shore, wondering where they come from right from the sea. Fishermen say they catch more plastic than fishes. We are here at the Koligono Beach to speak to these fishermen who are affected by these plastic waste to ascertain the negative impact on their job. My name is Paulina Deda Opoku. This is a GhanaWeb Special report. Let's get talking.
When it was raining, that plastic used to come normally.
Okay.
And they catch plenty. But when it doesn't be a rain season there, they doesn't catch that plastic. Okay. If you are, imagine, see the now it's the rain season. So okay. By all means, the plastic will come plenty. They will come from, they will pass through the river and the Kole Lagoon and enter the sea. So when you enter the sea, that will come plenty inside the surface of the bottom of the sea. Okay. So when you throw the net or you lay the net, that pass through the bottle, that will all go come inside your net.
Wow. But then if you take a look at it, where does these plastics come from? Well, if you trace it, where do you think it comes from?
Those people, the market people, when they're selling it in the market, maybe you can't buy pure water. Yeah. You drink it, throw it on the roadside. When rain fall, all will pass through the gutter. And that, through the gutter, that will enter the river, the Kole Lagoon. Through the Kole Lagoon, that will enter the sea. Okay. So that brings the problem to us.
Because I can see that there are old clothes, there are bottles,
all these bottles you are seeing, all from the lagoon, pass through the lagoon, come inside the sea. Okay. If you go to Kokpama, go stand and see how there is. All be plastic. So then rainfall, all that plastic pass through the Kole Lagoon, through inside the sea. On the olden days, that in the drinking bottles or they are not, it's not normal day. Okay. But now there are a lot in the system. So they are taking a lot of the job. Make drinks, making so. So you can normally, if you said they should stop in it, no, it shouldn't be that.
Do you come here every morning to buy fish from these fishermen?
No, normally I used to go to Tema Harbour, but once in a blue moon I used to pop in here. But when you come here, always, you don't even get the fish as quantity as you want. Because of the plastic weight, the sea used to blow to the up there. When they go for the catching, they don't get it plenty like how we want you to buy it. So it is affecting them a lot in the fish catching. So that's all what I can say.
So for this bowl of fish, I guess this one is yours. Yes. How much is it being sold to you for?
For now.
Yeah.
He said it's 70 Ghana.
70 cedis. Wow.
Yes.
Fresh fish. I think it's a bit expensive, or what do you think?
Yes, it's very expensive.
Okay.
When they get it plenty, the price will come down. Mm-hmm. But they don't get it plenty, so the price will go up.
All right.
So that's how it is because of the waste.
But what do you use the fishes for? Do you sell?
I used to sell.
All right.
Yes. So I'm going to sell it.
So looking at bringing solution to our beaches, not catching plastic for fishes, what must be done? Maybe the fishermen, the community, and even the government.
The community must to help, and the government too must to help to tide our country and around the beach areas for us of the plastic waste.
They always complain that all the plastic is coming from the other end, Agboglosi, where they sack the people, the Kole Lagoon. So always they are having plastic here. That's the challenge they are having here. So
the issue of plastics in our seas and on our beaches is a big issue for the country. What do you think that the people, especially those who live along the coastal communities, can do to help the situation?
Yeah, unless maybe I will plead to the government. I will plead to the government to help them to find a solution for the lagoon, because I can see it's not their fault here. That's what they always complain, that it's not their fault. We help them. We can clean this place very nicely. Before 1 week time, you see another plastic. So when they stop the plastic from the Kole Lagoon, I think we can have very nice beach here.
I'm a 2 way no go kwame ha. Well, any fire or ona fire can be any. Kaja yeni ye ton ayedwe e ka chia wo pa mi e keke pa ka ho e keke dwe pe ba wo ka je ka dwe ba e ke be dwe te nu mi ka agme ya ni kin e ke be dun mama hwe ni bi kome ni bi ne hin bo cho na shukun wo wi ahun wo le boni aba pe an wo dun wo na ni wo pe wo ya keke mu ko ba bi le nche de ba wi wo pin le ba wi e je wo wi ahun no te na mu kukura ba ye bi Well, I just cover you, no cover you, brush and no baby and a board upon the beer. You are what we are. When I far, Kaji, Ayeni, I would do many by Lord Bola can be paying. Bonner, I can go time, I can go farming. Far, who can get pay baby. What I need, you have pay baby. You are labelling what I feel. What I need, you can go and tell Lenche. They get you, Bebasa, left fine.
Or say yenya nkofo a sa nwure ba mo de container ni besiwa ye besu egu
See the container ni ho.
container ni wo de ba ha adwen
They say mo ye bola na mo de gu ni fa.
ko ehin fa ne de begu ehwa ne de begu ye ni bebi e de ehwa ne de begu nti ebe hia pa se ye benya container wo mpoano ha na ya se nwure ni nyina ye de egu kala abafako ebe ya simple ebe me ha ye fet se mpoano na se ni ha ye fe no
The Baha bebre bola nkwa ewura no.
Eyura no. Eyura ni do oflu kromo.
Oflu krom hefa side. Hefa na ohwa odi wani
Oflu krom oflu konkoma kaneshi
Aneni yaba.
ni nyina oflu kota nu. Omo be she koloni shoot na ba ha. No omo be go anti ya stram mu ka cha akufa do. So on first camera, on for mama for no me ye duma wa so me so ampoano.
Na mo ye sure so mo se san so mba bi ma na se ye di bola bi si ha sei. Se ba na nka mo se sa ko.
Ofa bibi amba.
Ofa hwiamba bibi amba bola tank ba ku pe no mu da be si a bola nu ye ma no omu da ko be chata no mu da ba. No o sta bola nu udu ko guwa no o ma duska.
Wo pen ta san papa no me ka chewo. Nti papa no mu ayo bono kra.
Usi sta bola nu udu ko no ma duska.
No ma ji. Aya mo ji mai.
Oh, amutu mi jebe 2 3 3 3 5
bola same plastics na.
10 3 na di.
Bag ba kwa na.
10 3 na di. Enti so nkite ske bia. Nkite bia so ku pe ja bola na. You should have been poano.
On the back of the close season, remember they said you shouldn't go for fishing. When they opened the sea, would you say that you are catching more fishes now? Was it good?
Maybe, no, we are not Lord. And we are not Lord, but Lord, it be Lord who created the fish. Maybe if we Lord the sea will be locked without getting fish, maybe the sea will be open to get fish. So we are not God.
But looking at your catch, you know what when it was before it was closed, you knew what you were catching. But now that they've opened it after months,
I think it's normal small.
It's normal small.
It's normal.
Okay.
It's normal small.
So with the fishes that they are catching, do you know the name of these ones? Like the long ones? What's the name of that one?
His name be Odwe.
Odwe.
The other ones, one jam. Is that no? The one we lay on the. Okay. One jam. So this one, what food can you eat it with? Is this your gakenke or? Nah. Gakenke. It be normal fish. He used to eat every kind of food in the system. Rice, jollof, smoking it, frying it, all it will help.
You talk about what will happen. We talk about what will happen in the connection. What in your PPA, one more that.
Premise for an outcome.
Yo, yeah, MPP, one more that. What on connection will be
But you have to 520. 600 1 million.
1 million. Our next stop is the premix fuel station, where you can see a number of fishermen who are here to purchase fuel. From our earlier interactions with some of the fisher folks, they claim that getting premix fuel can be a challenge. They have leveled some allegations against the authorities who distribute the fuel. So we are here to speak to the head of distribution to ascertain whether these allegations are true or not. Daddy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right. So we are just here. It's all about the premix fuel. I want to find out from you, how is business?
Premix, agafe politics. Be NDCB so be ameno many do machine JMP MPPB baby. NDCB premix kaba amambayo. Shibede yo le jaga premix BP ka ese cheni akeba e share many ya wo o felt mo gidigidi by few shije na on premix MPPB insure na machine NDCB so MPPB ni insure na ami share nyuma NDCB so insure na o premix gagaba NDCB ameno ajela premix na on ejala bi na on le gaje che na gano on le e yakunwe na gano on le gaje che price chakiko government e bomodin wa agashi premix ejala ya anwe na gano on le
onya tumpo ya kwa aduma ya tuminya nampa wo ye du kokro so a profo no tuminya bi kete o tumpo no bu epum na ya kokro na ya nya na ya nya na
nam mo kwai
omo jani akosoro ya nya na kete ya hu de ya omo na
Michelle Apo was so my brother.
Mpuano fonu. Omo na nsu e mpuano fonu. Ni omo de ba nu so a ntokwa so bem. Won ebi me pla na de. No omo de omo nu call be fufu no omo ko che. Scan na omo de ba nu so omo de scan man pedu fonu.
Based on the challenges listed by Fisherfolk, let's take a trip to the Coastal Development Authority, CODA, where we'll speak to a head who will also tell us how best government can come in to solve the issue of plastics in our sea.
I think the first thing is for us to accept that this is a menace that has come to stay and we have to do something about it. And it's the responsible public authority should do something about it. What appears to be happening is that the waste accumulates in the communities or on the beaches. Then some good-spirited people once in a while get together and do something about it, but it is not in a regular public program to clean up. It should become part of our regular environmental sanitation program. The same way we clean markets and other public places, we should take out the responsibility for cleaning the beaches, especially the public beaches. When you go to the private beaches, you don't find that level of filth because somebody has responsibility and make sure the beaches are clean. In the same way, the public beaches, somebody has to take responsibility and the cleaning must become a regular feature. So therefore, for instance, the assemblies responsible for those areas must make adequate budgetary allocations to these things and organize programs to clean up. I do agree that they may not have enough of budgetary allocation, but they should take the lead in organizing such that others could come on board and regularly we clean the beaches. So until we mainstream cleaning of beaches, the problem will remain with us. I really don't think that the local communities should bear the responsibility. Most of the litter or the garbage comes from upstream.
And then some concerns that they raise is that sometimes they clean up because every day you see plastics there.
Yep.
But then there are no cans where they can dump it. And even with the available ones, they end up paying more. So imagine you gather rubbish which you didn't generate, but then you have to pay like 2 cedis, 1 cedi, 5 cedi for it. So on the back of that, as you stated earlier, the assembly can come on board. But then if there are no cans available, of course, where do you expect that they put their rubbish, which they say they are going to dump it right into the sea?
Municipal waste. It will always flow to the lowest area, and the communities are always in the lowest areas. So they cannot continuously be cleaning up for the guys upstream. I do know that efforts have been made by some organizations to provide some of these things. And I think as the beach menace becomes more and more of a problem, other organizations will come on board. Kuda is currently planning a project to pilot a sustainable clean beach program. The idea is to set a benchmark for others to see what could be done so that sustainably we could start addressing this problem. And provision of some of these things is part of what we're planning to do.
Do you have any timeline for this project that is underway?
We want to, by the end of the year, to be able to start physically putting things down on the ground and rolling it out so that everybody can see that somebody's going to do something about this problem.
So one would say that government will be doing its best. People who live around the coastal areas they will say they clean up the beaches. But on the back of single use of plastic, which has been a major issue, because every time plastics are being generated, people are using it single use. Some people have called for the ban, others who are saying that we should regularize it. But then what do you think that Ghana can do in solving this whole issue of plastic?
We should deal with the issue of plastic waste the same way we deal with all waste. It will always be generated, and as such it must be processed into another form, either for disposal or for recycling. Every single day plastics will always be used. We need them in our life, but then we must identify that after we use them, they turn into a form which is not useful to us. So we have to then mainstream this business of plastic waste recycling or proper disposal. For a long time, we've just chosen to neglect it, but we can't. Now it's become so big a problem that with the markets, we sweep the markets every day. In the same way, we must develop a program for all the beaches, all the locations, everywhere. And then those responsible, we have to encourage them to take it up and then work on it on a continuous basis. It is a daily problem. So we just have to accept that as a problem, and we have to plan and implement programs to deal with it continuously.
So you're preaching recycling, so plans.
Recycling is one. What I'm actually preaching is accepting that it is an issue that will not go away. So we have to plan for it, and every single day of our life take actions to reduce that. I, for instance, think that the assemblies, the assemblies are assessed every year. There's a certain evaluation they do for them. They check certain things. I think for every assembly that has a beach, the state of cleanliness of the beach should become one of the assessment indicators. The same way they check the state of the markets and then the public toilets, the beaches should be. It should. And once you place that responsibility on them and they realize that there will be a systematic assessment every year, they will do something about it. I don't think there's any new thing required. We have all the laws and then the regulations and whatever is required to keep our country clean already on the books. We also have institutions, agencies, individuals with mandates to enforce these things. If we just start enforcing our existing environmental sanitation rules and regulations, that basically alone will wipe out more than half of the problem. I can assure you. So it's the wake-up call should be for all of us who are supposed to be doing some kind of work in this direction to do our work, and for those who are supposed to be whipping us into line to also whip us into line. And like I said, I think the assembly should be held responsible for this beach waste thing. And we must have a way of naming and shaming those who are not doing what they should be doing. And of course, we need help from media civil society, all other advocacy groups to drum home the fact that if you generate waste and you don't deal with it, you will eventually end up living in a bola. As simple as that. What I'm actually preaching is accepting that it is an issue that will not go away. So we have to plan for it, and every single day of our life take actions to reduce that. I, for instance, think that the assemblies, the assemblies are assessed every year. There's a certain evaluation they do for them. They check certain things. I think for every assembly that has a beach, the state of cleanliness of the beach should become one of the assessment indicators. The same way they check the state of the markets and then the public toilets, the beaches should be. It should. And once you place that responsibility on them and they realize that there will be a systematic assessment every year, they will do something about it.
Sure. I agree to that too. And then away from plastics, I know Kuda is more helping people along the coastal areas when it comes to development. One of the issues that they raised, Fisherfolk, was that during the close season, things become very hard because they don't go fishing where they can cater for their family and all that. So they've made a call to authorities that during that time they need help. Help not in just maybe a bag of rice or tomatoes and then you are done. So looking at the bigger picture, it looks like maybe every year we'll have a close season. So what do you think can be done for these coastal dwellers?
The closing of the season is a very good thing. I mean, it allows the resource to regenerate. So ultimately, they benefit from it. But like all other human enterprises, as we work, we save. We know that there are times that we will not be able to be making income immediately. So I think people should come to the realization that it is a necessary thing that they allow the fish stock to regenerate during a certain time. And as such, they must plan for that time. Whatever they make in the 11 months, they must set something aside, knowing that there's going to be 1 month where, it won't happen.
So I want to find out as Koda, if you have embarked on any projects that has been beneficial to these coastal dwellers. At least give us a general view of what you have done, your contribution so far.
Koda has done a lot under its IPEP program, Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication program. I mean, a needs assessment was carried out at the early stages where coastal dwellers indicated what their priorities were. Some of those priorities were taken on board, and Koda implemented projects to bring those priorities to life. Koda also started, and in fact is still engaged in, a massive support program to Fisherfolk, where we have a outboard motor subsidy program. You see, that fishermen who have need of engines for their boats can come to Koda. Once we identify that you are truly a fisherman, there's a massive subsidy. It's about 50% of the cost of the engine that is given to the Fisherfolks as support. And it's not just the engine, it's a whole program. It is the engine, it is a maintenance support program, it's a training program for how they will keep these things running very well and all that. So that is a huge support. I think there are about 5,000 engines that have been procured to support Fisherfolk, all the way from Axim running in front of Accra to Keta. So that is a very direct support.
Fisherfolk say they are ever ready to partner with government and other private organizations to ensure that our beaches are clean and safe. They have listed a tall list of challenges facing them, right from all the things that they went through during the close season and how best governments can help to ensure that they catch more fishes instead of plastic. To you at home, in your offices, in your workplace, do well to properly dispose your waste in order not for it to end up right back into the sea. Be a citizen and not a spectator. We all can join hands to ensure that plastic waste is disposed of properly. My name is Paulina Deda Opuku, reporting for GhanaWeb.